Don't talk to me
London.
like that.
London.
Oh my God.
London.
You're so sweet.
London.
I went to the
London.
mall the other day.
London.
Hold on just a second.
London.
What? Arson, what the fuck do you need?
Hi.
Anyways, Mom, I went to Ross the other day. Welcome to Capitol Heels on Queer Space Magazine. I'm L. Bishaw.
And I am A. Nikki. I don't think my last name is long enough to make that work.
And you royally messed up again. How are you today?
I'm fantastic. What do you have to talk about today?
I have questions for you. You have questions for me. I have questions for you.
And I have answers.
I know you do. So we were talking about inspirations this week. So I wanted to know, the world doesn't know about you, so I want to know about you, and so do they. What inspires you and who inspires you?
Well, I would love to tell you right now.
We know.
My three biggest inspirations, I name these people every single time that I get asked this question. The first one is Alexander McQueen, the iconic avant-garde fashion designer who blew apart notions of extravagant extremes on the runways, which I think was really incredible. So super inspiring. Two, Taylor Mack, who is a fantastic performance artist, touring the country right now with a 24-hour-long performance piece, turning looks, making smart references that are historical in nature, and doing everything from a queer lens, which I appreciate. And then we also have Ammonia, who's my third person, is a local performer in Seattle who I look up to, who was one of the first people who was getting me involved in gigs. So props to you, Ammonia. You are absolutely fantastic. Yeah, that's all three of them. What about you? I'm curious to hear.
Well, I'm excited to tell you. My family comes from city names. So if you are a part of the Bradshaw family, you're doing first name City, last name Bradshaw. Oh. My drag mom likes to think that it's from Carrie Bradshaw, but she doesn't know that her drag daughter is a football fan. So I do Terry Bradshaw. Oh. That's where Bradshaw comes from for me.
And Carrie and Terry rhymes. Yeah. So that's perfect.
And then I like Brandy's version of Cinderella.
Oh my gosh, I love that version so much.
So that's where some of my drag comes from, because I'm always picking up after everybody else. But then on occasion, I like to dress up really nice into high fashion. So it's like Brandy Cinderella meets Kerry Washington, Olivia Pope from Scandal. So like when I do wear the crowns and the gowns and the sashes, I walk with purpose. And whatnot.
You walk into the room purpose first, if you will.
I see what you did there, and I'm not laughing.
It has been handled, just so we're clear.
Yep, that's what she does. So Kerry Washington and Brandy. Speaking of Brandy and music choices, have you ever decided to pick a song that you might question?
You know, I've thought about it certain times, and I've struggled with that before. Do you have any specific recommendations or thoughts?
Not specific recommendations, just thoughts. Well, world, I'm here to talk about music cultural appropriation. First off, if you think that maybe you're questioning a song that you probably shouldn't do, the answer is probably going to be don't do it. So that being said, you have the right to ask about a song, and the answer probably will still be no, but it is good to ask. We're here to talk about things like if you were a white person, hashtag Nikki, and I'm not calling her out, but I'm using her as an example. It's probably not a good idea to do a song by Cardi B or Nicki Minaj because it throws out the N-word constantly. I'm not saying Arson did that. I'm just using her as an example once again. But maybe do something along the lines with the race that you appear to be. If you do end up doing a song that is not in your racial outlooks and or cultural appropriation, maybe you will have some social media lashback. So there will be consequences. I'm not threatening you, but you might hurt someone else's feelings of that culture that you are doing. So that being said, I think maybe stay in your lane. Awesome.
I'm here for that.
Yeah, I'm here. It's going to ruffle some feathers, but whatever, you know, it needs to be said. And I said it. Handled. Speaking of Nicki Minaj and things like that, Nicki Minaj talks about Alexander McQueen and wears Alexander McQueen all the time. And I know that you're very high fashion, so I was wondering what your thoughts of high fashion drag is.
Oh, well, I know what your thoughts on high fashion are because you are wearing a marijuana leaf covered get up today. So
It's
high
Amazon realness.
fashion, high. We get it.
Is that another joke that
we're gonna move on?
Yeah.
No, it's true. I do love high fashion, like I said earlier, and high fashion costs a lot of money. But we're lucky enough to be in an age in drag where there are drag queens who can afford high fashion and can afford $100 wigs and very expensive jewelry, and who can travel around the world with all of that stuff and make a lot of money, which is absolutely fantastic and is something to be celebrated. We also have folks who are not of those kinds of means who are still turning it out every single week, 5 nights a week, 6 nights a week, 7 nights a week even. 8 nights a week, I don't know how that works, in your local bars. And that's also really impressive and also something that needs to be celebrated. So when you're going to a show and you're seeing someone who may not necessarily look as polished or expensive as you would prefer them to be, just keep in mind that those folks are putting the kind of time and effort and love into the work that they're doing too. And that needs to be celebrated and supported for sure. So go to the show. That's all there is to it.
Speaking of shows, we went down the other day to go to the Timber Room and look at Weird. Weird is a show that is very out of the box and lets people show artistic expression in certain themes of things. It's hosted by me. Me.
Spoiler alert.
Yes. So Arson and I both host shows at the Timber Room, but we're talking about mine. So let's go down and take a look.
We'll step out of the way.
We're going to talk about the audience members. I interviewed a couple audience members, so I wanted to show you what they said.
Let's see.
My name is London Bradshaw, and I'm at my own motherfucking show called Weird. We are doing a Nickelodeon theme, and this is my friend. What is your name?
Bree.
This is Bree. She came out tonight, and she brought 1 million of her friends who did not want to be part of this interview. So I see you. I'm looking at you.
The one with the tiara is the birthday girl.
Oh, it's your birthday? Oh, she's not out here? Okay. So how are you liking the show?
I love it. This is, I think, the 4th or 5th show I've been to, and every time I'm amazed by what you guys do.
Oh, thank you so much. What is your favorite Weird show with the theme name?
I really liked this one. I liked the Miyazaki one. The Miyazaki one was really good. Yeah.
I'd never seen a Miyazaki show in my life before, so I hosted that. I didn't do anything. Are you going to come to any of the next Weirds?
I heard tell that there may be a Harry Potter theme. Maybe it's in the works. I don't know.
Shalise, how are you doing tonight?
I am fabulous now.
Yeah. Have you been to a Weird show before?
Actually, this is my first one.
Oh, we're fighting because you've never been to the other million that I've done. Just kidding. So yeah, Old Witch and I do this. We produce it. Are you having a good time? What's your favorite performance?
I have to say, so far it was probably yours, especially when you made it rain. Money on my lap. It was beautiful.
Yeah.
I loved it. Lots of ass shaking, lots of glitter. Everything's amazing.
Yeah. Is anything making you uncomfortable because it is called Weird?
No, I wish that it was a little weirder. I wish it would get weirder. I like it. Yeah.
Oh, well, Shalise, you're in for a fucking surprise because it is going to get way weird.
Oh, good, because I love surprises.
Yeah. Are you ready for it? Can you handle it?
I can, yes.
Yeah. Yeah. What do you think is going to happen?
I hope some freaky shit, like bondage style. That would be wonderful.
Do you like peanut butter and jelly sandwiches?
I do. Peanut butter jelly time.
Yeah. Oh. A woman after my own heart. Too bad I'm gay. We have a surprise guest at Weird tonight. It is my cousin, Kelly Hunt, daughter of LaSaviana Hunt, who performs at Lashes. She's an amazing performer. We started doing a House of Shade in Everett together. Kelly, welcome back to Seattle. Where are you living now?
I'm living in North Carolina.
North Carolina. Is there a lot of drag up there?
It is, but not like here.
Do you want to dive deeper into the drag of North Carolina? Remember, this is on YouTube.
Oh, yeah, I mean, it's fun there. I mean, but, there's nothing like Seattle drag,
Do you miss it here?
Oh, yes, I definitely love it, and I love the opportunity that you're giving me here to be able to perform, so, yeah.
Well, thank you. Any of your favorite performers that you have seen that doesn't include yours or mine?
I love all of them. They all bring something different to the stage, and it's just like, it's a very variety type of show, so I love it.
Would you ever promote Weird in North Carolina or start a Weird up there?
Hell yeah, I would. I'm like, bitch, let's get weird, because they're not used to the whole weird scene over there. So they're just like, okay, let's just do something weird.
Oh, weird. All right, well, we are going to get this show on the road. Thank you for coming all the way from North Carolina and surprising me in drag. I threw her in at a random Weird event, so we are going to get started. Here we go. Back to you, London and Nikki.
Awesome. It's so great to see my cousin surprised us at Weird the other day.
That's so cute.
Yeah, she's from North Carolina. She was here in Everett. I don't know where Everett is, but if you want to look on the map, let me know. But she moved to North Carolina and she came back to visit me for a couple weeks. So
Oh, that's darling.
yeah, she was a very surprised guest.
Oh, well, speaking of a surprise guest, we have a surprise interview with someone that we don't even know who they are. And it's from our on-scene reporter. Plot twist. Let's see what they came up with. Take a look. Hello and welcome. We are coming at you right from the rendezvous here in Belltown in Seattle. My name is insert unknown reporter name here, and today we are sitting with the absolutely fabulous drag performer Mercury Divine. We are so happy to have you here. We are here on a Sunday of all days doing a show about drag failures, co-produced with IDK What and also Mercury Divine, two very fabulous individuals who are doing fabulous things for the drag community. So welcome. Thank you so much for having us to talk with you today. I have a few quick questions for you. So for those of you who are at home who may not know who Mercury is, if you don't, I think you should change that. But describe for the folks at home who are watching some stuff about you that they may not know, or how would you summarize what you do in a little bit?
My shortest description is I'm a drag king, but I am Mercury Divine, Seattle's dandiest dandy, the cosmic seahorse of the Emerald City. What? I do everything. I'm sparkly and I take my clothes off and I do the thing.
Yeah, I have to say I love the intersection that you bring with drag and burlesque. I think that's one of the things that makes you super unique in our scene, and I think you've opened portals creatively in so many ways because of that. That's a really good description of what you do. That was really impressive. Speaking of which, I would say that you are the ruler of the glitter beard in Seattle. I think there are a couple of other performers who are trailing you, but I think you've got it down. What's the key ingredient for a fantastic glitter beard?
Glitter.
What are some of the regular things that you do in town that people can check you out on?
I host 3 shows. I have Kitchen Sink, which is the 3rd Saturday of the month at the Timber Room. That's a variety show that does drag, burlesque, music, dance, whoever I can convince to come do the thing. There's that. I have Workshop Wednesdays, which is on the 2nd Wednesday of the month at Crumwork, and that is an open stage for first come, first serve. No experience needed, no particular talent needed. Just come do the thing, and it's so much fun. Last month we had someone read erotic fan fiction over the microphone. I died. And then I also have a weekly drag race viewing party that is specifically centered around the trans, non-binary, AFAB, gender non-conforming experience in a way that does not support RuPaul specifically or the show specifically, but supporting the queens that are on, because the queens are talented and amazing and deserve support. And I love that that's a presence in mainstream pop media. I just don't like RuPaul.
I can get behind that. I think that's one of the strong things that you do as a promoter is bringing in a variety of folks who people may not otherwise be able to see and who otherwise might not have a platform to do what they do. And so I'm really happy that you're in town doing that kind of work, because that's very, very important. And the last question I think I have for you is I would say, what are your inspirations, or who inspires you specifically when you're running low on inspiration? Who do you turn to maybe glean some stuff from?
I really enjoy femme-ish glam rockers. So, your Adam Lambert, your Freddie Mercury, obviously, David Bowie, those kinds of people. I like pop culture, pop media, TVs, movies, cartoons. I like colors. I like sparkles. Those are the things that keep me going. All of that.
That's awesome. That's such a great hodgepodge of stuff, and I can see it in your work. It's very, very evident. And then the very last thing is, what is a tangible way that the folks at home who are watching can support you, even though, we have national viewers and we want to get support to you. So how can people check out your work?
I am all over the internet because I'm a huge nerd. I am on Facebook. I am on Instagram. I am on Reddit. I am on YouTube. I also have a Patreon that is specifically catered around making art and drag and performance accessible to as many people as possible, no matter where you are or what's going on. You know, maybe you are an introvert and can't leave the house. Maybe you work retail and work shitty ass shifts that, you know, cover when all the drag shows are. You can support the Patreon. You get a video feed. You can sponsor in someone from the community that may not be able to afford it. And you can watch from anywhere, your couch or Idaho or Africa. I don't know, wherever. So
I love that. That's like, I love that you're breaking ground in drag and making sure that folks are able to support you with things like Patreon from afar. I think that's really genius. And I know I sound like a broken record here, but I love all of the work that you're doing. And I really do appreciate you being here as well as being out in the community, because your work is really fantastic.
thank you. Your work is really fantastic. And thank you for talking with me.
We have something in common, apparently. Well, thank you so much, Mercury. That's all that we have for now. Back from the rendezvous.
I really, really am really starting to want to know who this unnamed reporter is.
I have no interest in who that is, so I don't share that sentiment with you.
I feel like I'm going to be like Lois Lane trying to figure out who Superman is. Anyways, we
just like, it just all comes apart.
If I did that, there'd be a lot of like marijuana smoke coming out of my chest.
I do know this about you.
Speaking of smoking, I need to go take a smoke break. So with that being said, we're out of time today. Oh, boom, help me. Yeah. Please remember that if you are watching this show, we want you to be involved. So we are doing our next segment of Ask Us Anything, but literally not everything.
Just like most things.
Most things, yes.
With taste.
Yes. I love food. So taste me. Not like that. Anyways, Arson, please follow us on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, hashtag Nick Shaw or hashtag Arson Bricky. So please remember to ask us anything. We want to have the segment be a thing.
Yeah, that'd be, leave us a comment on YouTube, leave us a comment on Twitter, leave us a comment on Facebook, leave us a comment on Christian Mingle, like anything. Just ask us anything, please.
Please. Thank you for watching Capitol Heels on Queerspace Magazine.
Please do not forget to like, subscribe, share, and comment. All of those things at the same time, please.
I'm Lennon Bradshaw.
And my name is Arson Nikki.
Wakanda forever. Deuces.